there were a lot of shooters released this year, but I've got to say, of those, Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising is hands down the most difficult. In games like Modern Warfare 2, Halo 3, and even Darkest of Days, you're given rechargeable shields or health, but Dragon Rising takes it to the next level as the most realistic shooter I've ever played, in that most of the time, if you get shot, you're dead. Top that with the fact that real-life camouflage enemies are hard to spot, and thus, game enemies are hard to spot. You're going to take a beating as you play through this beast. Well, I'd like to thank Codemasters for providing me with a copy of this to review for you. Released on October 6th for the Xbox 360, PS3, and the PC, here's Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising.
The game's campaign opens with a really cool black and white stylized introduction sequence that basically lets you know that the fictional island of Skira off the coast of Alaska has been trading ownership throughout history between the Russians and the Chinese. Fast forward to today, with the current economic downward spiral, when a healthy reservoir of oil is discovered here, and all of a sudden, both countries want their rightful claim to it. As things escalate, Russia calls in for support from the United States, and there you have it. You're sent in to help resolve the situation. The basic plot is really great, though very similar to Frontline's Fuel of War, but it never really picks up or gets you hooked beyond the initial cutscene. There's no dialogue or intermission videos. There's simply a map between the levels that tells you what your next objectives are. You actually have to press another button if you want to read a few paragraphs letting you know what the heck's going on. Frankly, this day and age, I don't want to read a long story between each level. I want voice acting and cutscenes to make me actually want to play the game. The game length of Dragon Rising is going to greatly fluctuate based on your skill level. It took me roughly 10 hours to complete, and I died all the damn time. While only a single person can play per screen, Dragon Rising supports 4-player co-op over Xbox Live and a few 4v4 multiplayer game types. Unfortunately, at the time of this review, there were only a total of 3 total multiplayer games being played during the peak hours, and all of them were co-op campaign playthroughs. If you're going to pick this up, I'd suggest having your friends pick it up as well, or you're going to be forced into single player like I was. Now, this very likely is because everyone is either playing Modern Warfare 2 online, or they simply quit because the game is so damn hard.
This is Saber. Outstanding. Hold position and provide overwatch. Saber 2, this is Dagger 1. Negative.
With uber-realistic shooter gameplay comes seriously intense on-your-toes combat. You're going to be running through thick wooded areas and lush fields, and your enemy certainly uses that to their advantage. More often than not, they're going to get the first shot off from 100+ meters, and you're not going to know where the heck it came from. Luckily, you've got a squad of 3 others with you that are usually capable of at least firing in the right direction, but along those same lines can be quite a hindrance to you if they get stuck in the environment, forcing you to restart the entire mission. Most of your time will be spent using radial menus to command your troops to assault, defend, flank, and wrap up your leg after you got a bullet stuck in it. Occasionally, you'll be granted artillery support that you can rain hell on the enemies as well. Besides the fact that you're going to get one-shotted often from stray bullets, the checkpoints in the levels are few and far between, meaning that the 10-minute hike across the field was just for nothing. The control scheme is not instantly recognizable either, and lots of the time is actually unresponsive. If I'm getting shot in the middle of reloading and I want to hit the deck, you better stop reloading and hit the damn deck. Nope, you stand there like a ragdoll and take the bullets as you finish reloading first. There's also no auto assist with the aiming, so it's incredibly difficult to even hit those bastards.
Dagger 1, Bravo.
Alright, so while the gameplay can be pretty frustrating to people like me, the graphics in the game are actually pretty damn good, and if you get your hands on the PC version, you're going to be blown away. Lots of the time, the look and feel is very stylized and greatly different from many other shooters. It feels very dark, almost like you're playing through the memories of the soldiers instead of actually living in their shoes. There's also some really interesting music in the game that really reminded me of the sequence in We Were Soldiers, where the troops were being flown into the battle in the choppers. Unfortunately, this is only played between missions, which is too bad, because that type of soundtrack could have greatly improved my immersion.
Target, rifleman, is a...
Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising is a pretty decent game. It's just incredibly frustrating because of how difficult it is to actually see the enemies, let alone hit them. If you don't like realistic, hard simulation shooters, this is not going to be a game for you. Personally, I don't enjoy games that make me want to punch someone out of frustration, but I know there are some of you diehards out there that inevitably will actually like this one. Let me know what you guys think by rating this video and leaving all of your questions and comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and register at ZeitgeistGameReview.com.